Good morning. So it's like 2 days after Christmas, so we're in the week before New Year's. Is like Tuesday. It rained last night. I slept underneath this thing, like this abandoned building behind me. And I slept on this platform. And so yesterday, you see my day. I went to this place to take a shower. And then after that, I went to go do laundry. And I heard someone at the laundromat said it was going to rain all day. So the rain started around 2 o'clock. And it wasn't supposed to end till 10. But then later it got pushed to like 12. So I went to this place down the road here, this park, to charge my phone. And it's in Marina Del Rey. So when you're back there, it's far away from the road, and it's just everything is so spread out. When I was here in California, in Venice or LA, whatever, before I just kind of stayed in Venice Beach area, and I was able to kind of find everything like close. But since I've come back, a lot of things have like as far as outlets to charge your phone, they've like shut that down. So I've been walking further away from different areas that I normally would hang out at to charge my phone, like to the libraries and to this one place in Marina Del Rey. So charged up my phone, then around like 1 o'clock it started drizzling. It rained, and then it showed like 80% at 8 o'clock. So around 8 o'clock it did like chill out. And I've been like sick. Like when I was in Portland, I was getting sick. A lot of it was due to like being wet and being outside. And I feel like I had just gotten better. And I was just hoping I wasn't about to get too wet and get cold and wet again and get sick. So anyway, I got up out of there last night with the tarp wrapped around my head, so that worked out pretty well. I had to move. Like, I don't know, I was staying kind of on a parking lot, and people were coming into the parking garage, so I'll continue the video elsewhere. But back there are some mountains, and it's really beautiful, but you probably really can't see Christmas lights. So I think I'm gonna go to the marina. The libraries are gonna be open today, but I'm glad I found the marina. It's much more chill. Not too many people go back there. There's a nice restroom, and you can charge up your phone. And you can stay till 10 o'clock. I left yesterday at 8 o'clock, like I was saying before. And there was a guy over there that I knew, that I met when I was here last time, but he looked different, so I didn't recognize him right away. And he said, like, don't sleep over here, because if you sleep at the marina, they'll wake you up and they'll be like really rude about it. So I was like, well, I wasn't even gonna try it, but I was thinking I would stay till 10 if it didn't stop raining. But like I said, it like kind of chilled out around 8, so I took the chance and got out of there. And I found that spot that I was at last night. But anyway. So now I'm at the Marina Del Rey, at the marina. And it's beautiful. The sprinklers are on. I want to continue the thought. I got distracted because the cars were pulling into the driveway. And so I know when I had started living like this, I was thinking of it as like a alternative way of living, but it is very stressful. And but it is a sense of like living with nature, living with like the flow. But one thing it was like I deal with a lot, maybe based on my appearance, is like people's judgment of maybe me being ill or sick, like with COVID, or that I smell. And there's a lot of homeless people who do smell, but some people try to keep up with their hygiene. Some I bathe as much as I can, but I don't do it every day because it's not like it's not easy getting to all the different places to do everything that I have to do, just to bathe or just to get some food and stuff. If I was the only counting on those things, then I probably would stay at those places consistently to get as much services as I can. But since I also count on my art and stuff, I don't need to like go to those places as much as maybe some others may. But sometimes when I'm walking down the block, people will like cross the street or like cover their like pull up their mask or cover their nose, like pull up their shirt and stuff. And I guess it comes with the territory, like, and then maybe this isn't a complaint, but it does hurt. It bothers me, but I do understand it comes with it. If you're gonna live like this, you should expect it. And I was saying in another message, like some days I really want to just be kind to everyone, though that's not, it doesn't come natural to me. And supposedly, maybe it doesn't come natural to anyone, but it's like making that effort to like try to like smile and be nice. But sometimes I walk through the day and I'm very in my head, and just like people are judging me, I'm judging them like based on information and ideas and beliefs and like societal things and stuff. And then also just the knowing you don't really know what's going on in another person's head anyway. So even if you do like are being optimistic about what that person's view is, or even pessimistic, you really don't know what will happen. So, and sometimes like when I think someone's gonna be cruel and then they're kind, it means a lot, because it's like those like really special moments. But give me a minute, let me see. But yeah, just like the walk from where I was this morning, where I filmed, like where I slept, like my whole idea of what I was gonna say has changed. But I guess I'll continue to say what it was that I wanted to say. But I am trying to be understanding and just like think about it. Like, yeah, I guess when people see me, they're like, I guess they're basing their view of me based on other people who look like me. And not that I'm saying the other people who look like me are bad people, but they're going through things, and some things that it is like a little out of their control. I think some people are just like they need to get like pull themselves up and stuff, but when things get too far out of the hand, it's hard to like just pull yourself out of that situation, especially if it's like mental illness or addiction. It's like addiction, I know it just takes over, and mental illness, I'm sure, it's like it takes over a person. But so it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it like made me really think differently. But anyway, this morning, so I was walking to Starbucks to get my normal thing, and I was like walking behind this like white woman. I was like a block ahead, a block behind, but she was just walking slow, doing her thing, and then slowly I started to catch up to her, and she didn't even see me behind her. But then eventually she did look back for some reason, and she saw me, and then I saw that she started acting weird. I already knew like she probably was gonna act weird with me coming up behind her, so I was thinking about like crossing the street to go around her. But then I was thinking that might even look weird if she caught notice to it, like if I was to like walk around her into the street, and then like maybe she would feel like I was trying to cut her off. So I was just like, but by the time she realized I was behind her, it was like no point in me doing anything, because then she started speeding up her walk. And then she tried to cross the street to get away from me, but the cars were coming, so she couldn't really cross the street. And so then she ran to the Starbucks that I was going to and ran inside. And I was still down the block, and I wasn't like when I got to the Starbucks, I looked in the window and I didn't see her. So then I was like, well, maybe she just ran around the block, you know. But then when I got into the Starbucks, I realized, you know, I saw that she was in there acting weird, like walking, pacing around and stuff. And she had ordered a water, and the guy was like slow at setting up, and she was like, well, can I just drink the water before you set up? So the guy looked at me, and I like nodded my head or said, you know, acknowledged him. And I go there all the time, so I'm not too familiar with him. I don't know his name, but I know some of the people's names that work there. But I don't know him that well. But I know he probably recognized me. So in my head, like, I'm also thinking, like, maybe she said, like, somebody's following me, and I you know, please, like, I had to run in here or something, because he looked, like, kind of strange, too, and he didn't, like, service me right away. He didn't acknowledge me right away, but eventually when he got done doing what he was doing, he asked me, like, what I wanted. Meanwhile, she sat down at the bench by the window, and I made my order, and then he said, this coffee's on me. Now, the people there have given me free stuff before, like randomly, but then I was like, in my head, I was like, well, maybe he's feeling guilty or bad, or he's trying to sympathize or whatever with me, because he knows, like, the woman probably did something to make him think that I was somebody coming in to, like, attack her or, like, do something to her. But I could be wrong, but it was just like, I don't know him that well, and so I don't know. He's nice but kind of weird, like but you know, we all are weird, right? But yeah, so I was like, I don't know why he's giving me this free one, but I mean, coffee is coffee. It's not that big of a deal, but so I was like, okay, thanks, you know, whatever. So I left, but I could be wrong, but I know she ran, like, down the block. It was like an old woman, and she wasn't running before she saw me, but when she saw me, she ran. So I know I didn't imagine that, you know. But it's like a lot of things that I wonder, like, am I being too sensitive about? But then, like thinking about it, and just like I said before, it's like people are basing their ideas of me based on other people who look like me. So I guess other people have given them a reason to be alert towards people who look like me. But I was like, I don't know, I've taken a lot of information, and I like the way I look. I like fashion, and, like, you know, I like it. It looks to me like, I don't know, I feel nomadic and, like, magical and, like, earthy. Like, I like it, and I like how other homeless people look, even, and maybe that's bad to say that, but I like the way I dress. But I was like listening to, like, other people, like, more conservative ideas. I don't know, I just feel like some people feel like you need to look away, and to me, I look at some people who might look more conservative in the way they're dressed, and it's like, for me, it's like no possible way. It's not like I'm not interested in dressing like that at all. And so I just have to understand that, like, if I'm going to dress like this, or if I'm going to look like something, I have to accept what comes with the look. And I've always battled with this, even when I was housed and, like, cleaning myself every day. I still try to express myself through the way I dress, the way I wear my hair and stuff. And I have friends who do weirder stuff, or, you know, the idea is weirder, but they always inspired me, because they would, like, be so boldly weird. And not that they were, like, trying to be weird, it's just they were being themselves. And we would always have these discussions. But But yeah, it's like it hurts. But then what else? What's my other option? Like just dress like, cut my hair and dress like a normal person, or like whatever is normal currently considered to be normal, because that changes like every 10 years. So what we are doing now, what people are doing now, will probably be like looked back on like weird and like not attractive looking, like the style and the fashion. So um so car driving around distracting me, but yeah, so anyway, not many people watch my videos, and I really would want the discussion, but I don't want the discussion. I kind of want to be removed from this discussion as well, but I would love to know, because I know one of my other friends, Mike, and he's homeless, and he's like this tall white guy, and so I was talking to him about it. He said it happens to him, and I'm sure like some of my other friends, like everybody gets judged, at least all of my friends are like always getting judged and treated like bad. So I need like, at least I'm in good company, so. But yeah, Mike said it happens to him, and trying to just be stoic about it. But I want to be like the happy stoic and smile and just be, instead of like pessimistic and just like. Another thing is just, like I guess what I was saying, like I like the way I look and the way I dress, and it doesn't make me want to dress differently or be differently. It just makes me upset. But I guess that's like, you gotta let it go, because those aren't the people who get you, or those aren't the people who matter. But then it like feel like, okay, I'm putting myself in a bubble. Like only people like this can be trusted or are worthy. And then people who look like that, like it's already, like I should already know, like they're not gonna be anything like, I don't know. But sometimes people who look conservative are really nice as well. So you can't really say about how people look. But anyway, have a nice day. It's Tuesday. A few more days. It'll be New Year's. Alright. I don't know if you can see, the sun is coming up over the marina. Feel like it's gonna be another pretty sunny day. Alright, bye. Tarot card tutorial. I know Temperance is not in here because I did something at Burning Man with the Temperance card. But Six of Ghosts, so that's Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about being the word was reminiscent, like thinking about the past, nostalgic, nostalgia, and maybe children playing, like when you were a child and used to play, and how in like an innocent time in the past. It's nostalgic. Five of Imps, so that's Wands. It's about debating and fighting for your opinion, your differences, and standing up for your differences and your opinion and what you believe, your thoughts, your philosophy, opposing opinions against others and stuff. So 10 of Imps is mastery over the Wand suit. So so you gained, don't know. Have to think on that one. Five of coins or five of pumpkins. It's about this couple. One person's a little bit stronger than the other, but they're like sticking it out. Vagrants on the outskirts of society. They're outside of a church. They could go inside the church for help, but they're deciding to like stick it out and, you know, figure it out on their own. Or it could be someone's holding you back, you know. Eight of pumpkins. It's the eight of coins or pentacles. It's about like hard work and the hard work paying off in the long run. Staying diligent, sticking it out. Ace of bats. So bats would be maybe swords. Yeah, eight of bats is swords. So swords is the intellect and it's the beginning. So it's the beginning of a project. I guess the aces are pretty good, so maybe, you know, good mental stability, headed forward. Three of bats, three of swords. It's about heartbreak, maybe being cheated on. It's to me, it's like the facts of life. It's like we're all gonna go through some heartbreaks in our lives, but it's like what you choose to do with that. I think as I've gotten older, I feel like some things you just have to kind of go through and let time like heal wounds. Like time will heal all wounds, but also what I'm kind of like just know, like next year or, you know, in a few months you'll think so differently from how you thought before. And so like give it time and the experience, allow the experience to teach you whatever it is you need to learn from that like heartbreak. Four of Pentacles. So in the Four of Pentacles, Four of Pumpkins, this is someone guarding their finances. Like they have a lot and now they're guarding it. And so I don't know, it shows this like character made with string beans, and it's like he's planting pumpkins. So now he's like guarding over the pumpkins to make sure they grow. So maybe like when it's in the Right Away Smith, Pamela Coleman Smith deck, it's usually someone like hunkering down over the coins. So it's just protecting what you've earned, I suppose. Three of Pentacles is about an artist. It's usually three people in the card coming together to work on a larger project. Usually it's a pope and a financier, and then the artist working at the art. So usually it means like something's going to come together as a team to work on a collaborative effort to produce something. So it's a good card. The Empress is like, when I think of the Empress, I think like motherly energy, creative energy, like birth, the, you know, divine feminine, but loving card. But I think giving birth to something creative when I think of the Empress. Queen of Imps, so Queen of Wands. It's a fiery energy, so passionate, maybe just very vibrant and just life of the party. She wants what's best for you, but she might be someone that will pull you out of your comfort zone, but just very fiery and passionate, creative. And Eight of Bats, so that's the Eight of Swords. It shows this person being bound and, guarded by these bats, or like trapped by these bats. Well, usually it's a sword, but it shows like they're not, the binds aren't tight, so this person could like free themselves and step in between the swords and like get away and go back to the castle. But right now they're feeling trapped and separate from society, which is the castle in the background. But being swords, it's more mental, so it's like more in their head than physical. And if they wanted to set themselves free, they could. Eight of Bats, so Eight of Swords. Four of Swords. This was a card I pulled for myself for my birthday. I pulled it. So it's about rest and taking a much needed rest. And usually if you try to, you'll probably feel the need to take this rest, but you might try to fight against it, which means it wouldn't be in your best interest to fight against it. That it is a time to just rest and get yourself together for something to come. And it was good to pull that because I remember I pulled that for my birthday. The Queen of Pentacles, so pumpkins. So the Queen has the suit together, so she's probably good with her finances. Maybe like down to earth. Shows always just a woman in a garden with like vines growing around her. All I can think is like she must be good with her money right now. I think Taurus is really big in the imagery of the Queen of Pentacles. So like an earthy woman. Excuse me, I'm sniffling. Ace of Pentacles. So the ace is the beginning of the suit. With coins, it's earthly possessions and just the beginning of it, a beginning of an idea is usually good. It's, I don't know. Can't think. Eight of Imps. So Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is someone is in a battle. They've already gone through the battle. They've already been fighting, but it's about like hanging in there and continuing to fight. Page of Pumpkin, Page of Pentacles. I'm gonna end it at that.